President Biden just pardoned Mark Milley, Anthony Fauci, the January 6th committee members of Congress and their staffers, and the police officers who testified before the J6 committee. Biden says these pardons are not an acknowledgement of wrongdoing. Then why would you need a pardon? Folks, this is some serious bullshit. Now, I would be remiss if I did not tell you that a preemptive pardon for a crime you're saying never happened. He notes there are exceptional circumstances and I cannot do nothing, even when individuals have done nothing wrong. If they did nothing wrong, how in a court, unless you're acknowledging the government court system is completely political like it was against Donald Trump, if they did nothing wrong, what are you worried about? There's a question about the constitutionality of this, and there's a way to test it. Anybody know? All of these individuals, Milley, Fauci, Liz Cheney, Kinzinger, and others, should be brought up to Capitol Hill, and if the pardon is constitutionally valid, there's no threat of prosecution, correct? So if there's no threat of prosecution, there is zero reason whatsoever that they can cite the Fifth Amendment as a reason not to testify against prosecution because there's no threat of prosecution. You can't have it both ways, bro. What I'm getting at is even if these pardons do turn out to be constitutionally valid, which I doubt, then this investigation cannot stop. Because, ladies and gentlemen, knowledge is power. And if we don't figure out what Anthony Fauci's role in the COVID disaster and scandal, not just the closing of the schools, the lying about the masks, the lying about the vax, but the funding of a potential Chinese bioweapon that killed millions of people around the world, then, dude, it's going to happen again. This does not stop congressional committees and others from investigating. And I don't want to hear shit from the swampy, rhino-ass Republican crowd. It's the past. It's time to move on. It's not the past. It's a statement about the role of weaponized big government in our lives, from everything from the prosecution of Donald Trump to the weaponization of government against landlords and keeping our kids out of school. Bullshit.